In this video, I'm going to teach you the beginner-friendly introduction to the two-dimensional drafting workspace in Autocad. Let's get in and then let's get started. First of all, there are up to 5 elements of the two-dimensional drafting Autocad workspace which we are supposed to get familiar with. First of all, we will look based on the order of hierarchy from the top to bottom. We have the application menu, we have the ribbon, we have the navigation, and then we have the status bar, then we have the view layout. Also, lastly, we have the command line. First of all, let's look at the application menu. At the top left hand side of the screen, you will see the application menu with the A painted in red, and also a drop down icon, which when you click upon it, you will see this drop down. This drop down contains various options. First of all, you have new, create a new file, open an existing drawing, save to save a drawing which you are working on in DWG format. You can see these are drawings I saved in DWG format. Save as, this is an option to save in various mode, maybe in PDF and other formats. Also, you have the export. You can import a PDF first, and then you have export as PDF or other formats. Also, you have publish, maybe to print, also publish, also to print, also to print to various, to plot the drawing, to print it, to review it before you print it. Then also you have the drawing utilities as the last part of the options we have on the application menu. So you need to understand this first so that you will know how to create your first project, your first drawing in Autocad, and also how to save it so that you will not lose your work. And also, it is important for me to state, as one of the best practices of Autocad is you constantly save your files as you work on them, because maybe you mistakenly close the app, and then if you did not save your file, you will lose your work. So it is important that as you create your file, after subsequent progress with your work, you save your file. So secondly, we will go to the ribbon. This ribbon, this whole aspect is called the ribbon, and the key icon that controls the ribbon panel is this icon. Now, if I click on this icon, you will see that the whole of these tabs here will disappear. So if I click on it, you see the whole of these tabs have disappeared, and then if I click on this, the tab has reappeared. Now on the ribbon panel, we have various tools which are the most important tools which we use in drawing on our 2D drafting workspace. Now you have the drawing tab, and on the drawing tab you have various tools. You draw the line, the polyline, the cycle, you have rectangles, you have ellipse, you have the hatch, and if you click on this drop down, you have more tools. You have the spline, you have the region, you have a lot of tools. You have the donut, you have the rectangular. All these are tools you have on the drawing toolbar. This video is for purpose of introduction, and in subsequent videos we have videos that explains these tools in details and how you can apply them. But in this video we are going through the interface for 2D. So secondly, you have the modify. On the ribbon panel you have the modify, and on this modify, if you also click, you have various other options. You have the move, you have the rotate, you have the trim tool, you have the erase, you have the copy, you have the mirror, you have the fillet tool, you have the explode tool, you have the stretch tool, you have the scale tool, you have this is the scale tool, this is a rectangular array tool, this is the offset. So here also you have important tools like the lengthen, you have the break, tool, you have the break at a point, you have the join tool, and so you have the annotation. Annotation means the dimensioning and also attaching of details to your drawing. So you can see text here, you can see dimension, this is text, you have multi-line text, you have single text, you have dimension, you have various options. Also you have the leader. When you click this drop down, you have the standards for which you can apply. So also the annotation, we have a separate video which discusses a practical application of how it is used. This video is for the purpose of introduction of the whole interface that is visible to us. So also the layer is a very important tab or tool on the ribbon panel, which is used to organize your work. You use the layer to organize your work. So as you stick to this channel, you will, as you keep on watching our videos, you will understand how you use the layer practically to specify some characters of your drawings and also to organize your work. Like when you are drawing the house plan, you know that you have different layers for your windows, different layers for your doors, different layers for your foundations, different layers for different aspect of your work. So this layer is used to separate different aspect of what you are doing. As you can see, these are some of the layers I've created for a different drawing, which is not visible here, but I'm just using this workspace as a setting. So we have a video separately explain how you use layer, and you can go and check out those videos. So this, as I said earlier, this video is for the purpose of a proper introduction to the workspace of the Autocad. So here on the right side of the screen we have the view. Now this cube view is used to view, mostly is very important when it's used when we are drawing in three-dimensional, but here we are on the 2D workspace. But I'll still explain I'll still explain how it is used. So as you can see, we are viewing this workspace right now from the top view. So you can choose to rotate it this way so that you view this side, or you can choose, so you see you are viewing the front side, you can choose to view the left side, you can choose to view the east side, you can choose to view, as you can see how it is changing, you can choose to view the back side. So this is the what our workspace is supposed to look like this properly. So let us continue. Now we have the navigation. So this navigation, there are various tools like the pan. The pan is used to view, to move your screen so that you view your drawings. Maybe you want to work on a particular aspect of a drawing, you pan so that you view it correctly the way you want. And then you have the dynamic UCS, which is used to rotate this cube the way you want. You can see how I'm rotating, you can see how I'm rotating, you can see how the workspace is changing. You can see I'm now viewing it in the front view. You can see. So this is it. Now I think these are the two important tools we need to understand on the navigation panel. This is a navigation panel. This is the cube view. Now we come to the command line. The command line is an interface which you as a user interact with the software. So whenever you click a tool, you notice that it shows up here. It tells you to specify the first point. Whenever you click a tool, it tells you to select the object you want to select. So if I have a line, I draw a line, enter, and then I come and tap on this. It says select object. When I select object, it says what? Move object. It selects the object, then it sort of specify the base point. So if I come, I specify this middle as base point, then it now says move. This is the importance of the command line. You use it so that you interact with the tool you are using, so that you understand what it means, and with proper interaction with the command line, you'll get familiar with the various tools and even the much more complex tools. So finally, we will talk about the status bar. The status bar is very, very important, and it contains some very, very critical settings which will help you to be clean, be neat, and be smart as you work on AutoCAD. So first of all, I will explain the grid. The grid is used, as you can see, there are boxes on our screens. There are boxes on our screen which is grid, and you can see that it has been highlighted to indicate that the grids are on. So when I click on it, as you can see, the grids are off. When I click on it, the grids are on. And then when you look at this, the auto mode, what the auto mode does is that it aligns our whatever we're going to draw, our lines to always be in 90 degrees. So when I click on the auto mode, then I cannot draw lines other than lines at 90 degrees. That is why you can see the lines are not angular. But when I click it off, you can see that I can draw lines at angles based on what I want. So this is the importance of the auto line, or of the auto mode, sorry. And also here, there are certain that I will not want you to tamper with. You allow them, you leave them the way they are. They are okay settings from AutoCAD, and it is okay by default. So, and the other tool I would like us to discuss on the status bar is the isolate object tool. The isolate object tool is used to maybe hide the object which you don't want to see for a moment, or isolate it you don't want to see for a moment, and later on you can come on unhide it or unisolate it so that it will be visible. So take a look at this slide, hide object now. When I click on it and then I right click, it hides the object. And then when I come here, when I come to the status bar and click on it, you see it's a end object isolation. So when I tap end object isolation, it appears back. So this is important when sometimes you have a very complex kind of drawing and then you want to make some adjustment and you don't want to touch the another line, then you hide it, then you walk, and then you finish, and then you bring it back. So I will also have this customization option. The customization option is very important, which when you click, you have this drop down which are various settings. You see the auto mode we are talking of, you are clicking more on. So is a panel which you use to customize what appears on your status bar here. You use it to choose and select what appears on your status bar. So that is the importance of this. And finally, the last thing we'll talk about here is the workspace switching. And in the next video, we will get to discuss and explain the elements that are on the interface of the 3D workspace. And then so when you click on this, you have the drafting, 2D drafting and annotation, which is the workspace we are currently on. And then you have the 3D modeling, which is the workspace that we will discuss, and we will get to understand the interface and the elements on the 3D modeling workspace in next video. So thank you for staying with me. I hope this video was helpful, and I will encourage you to subscribe and like our videos, share, so that whenever we post new videos you get to see them, and also to check out our other videos for proper understanding of the introduction we've done in this video.